So today we will start with the prime mover. Okay, prime mover means what? It is actually a mechanical component or the mechanical device which is used to rotate the turbine alternator shaft. Okay, so prime mover means what? It is helpful to drive the alternator shaft. Basically, prime mover in case of the steam power station, it is the uh, similarly in case of the hydroelectric power plant, we have seen that two types of hydraulic turbine. Similarly, in this case also, that there are two types of steam turbine, which is used as a prime mover. Okay, so as we know that, or as your previous discussion, impulse turbine and reaction turbine, we have the knowledge about the what is meant by impulse turbine and reaction turbine and how they are differentiated from each other. So anybody tell me the what is the constructional difference between the impulse turbine and reaction turbine? Anyone? Yes, tell me. Yes, tell me what about the impulse turbine? Yes, anyone? What about the impulse turbine? Yes, tell me. Anyone? Yes, then tell me reaction turbine means what? Yes, am I audible? Yes, yes, am I audible? Yes, tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, uh, the class should be a two-way communication. Okay, so I'm asking you what is mean by impulse turbine and reaction turbine, or what is the uh, constructional difference between the impulse turbine and reaction turbine? Yes, tell me anyone. Yes, tell me impulse turbine means what and reaction turbine means what, or tell me the constructional features of impulse turbine and reaction turbine which we have seen in the hydroelectric power plant. Okay, uh, in case of hydroelectric power plant, turbine blades rotate due to the uh, water which is injected on the turbine blade with the high pressure and high velocity. Similarly, in the steam power station, these turbine, impulse turbine and reaction turbine will going to rotate under the force of steam, which is at high temperature as well as high pressure. Okay, so same construction is there in case of impulse turbine and reaction turbine, which is used in hydroelectric power plant as well as steam power station. Okay, or the steam power plant. So if we go through the previous our uh, slide, we have found that in case of impulse turbine, the water is come outside the turbine through a small hole, or we can say that the nozzle. Means what? The pressure and velocity of the water before the nozzle is lesser than that of the water come outside from the nozzle. Means what? Through the small opening the water is come out with a high pressure and high velocity, and it will strikes or hits to the turbine blade. Yes or no? And in case of the reaction turbine, there are two types of blades, one fixed blade and another one is moving blades. So tell me the moving blades and fixed blade, what are their function? Tell me. Yes, fixed blade act as, tell me anyone. Yes, am I audible? Yes, tell me what is the construction of reaction turbine? Same thing in this also we have to see. Okay, so tell me in case of the hydraulic turbine, reaction turbine construction, tell me. There are, I will give you clue. there is two types of blades, yes or no? Fixed blade and moving blade, or we can say that rotational blade. Okay, so tell me the what is the constructional features, or what or how way these two types of blades will helpful in case of the reaction turbine. Tell me, anyone? Yes, yes, anyone, tell me. Yes,
Fixed blades act as a nozzle.
yes, and moving blades,
Blades
whenever the water come inside the moving blade, it will be going to expand and
spread.
sprayed on the blade on it, which will causes the change in momentum of the water inside the fixed blade and moving blade, which will results in rotation of the turbine shaft. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. Fixed blade in case of reaction turbine act as a nozzle. Whenever the water come outside from the nozzle, or we can say that fixed blade in case of reaction turbine, the water is coming inside the moving blade. The water will going to spread, and it will change in it will causes the change in momentum of the liquid flow or the working liquid flow, and it will causes the force, or that force will exert on the turbine blade, and resultant effect is that it will going to start rotate. Okay, and this turbine shaft is connected or coupled with alternator shaft. Same in this case, in case of the steam power station, we will utilize these two type of turbine as a prime mover. Okay, so next slide we will see the prime mover. So the prime mover converts steam energy into a mechanical energy. Similarly, in case of the hydraulic turbine, it will be going to convert the hydraulic energy or potential energy stored at high head, and it will be converted into kinetic energy by using the penstock, and it will be furthermore converted into the mechanical energy by uh, heating the liquid on the turbine. Okay, there are two types of the steam prime movers. Example, steam engines and the steam turbine. Okay. In case of the steam power station, there are two types of the prime mover, steam engine and the steam turbine. Okay. So generally we are going to utilize the steam turbine. A steam turbine has several advantages over a steam engine as a prime mover. Okay, so that's why we are going to use the steam turbine, or we will going to give a higher priority to the steam turbine over a steam engine. Okay, high efficiency, simple construction, and higher speed and less floor area requirement and low maintenance cost. We are going to give the higher priority to the steam turbine instead of the steam engine, because of steam turbine possesses a high efficiency as well as simple in construction, and it will give a higher speed, and also it will require the small floor area. In the sense, it will going to save the total area which is required, and it have the low maintenance cost. Okay, so by enlisting these various advantaging point of the steam turbine, we are going to generally use the steam engine, sorry, it's steam turbine instead of steam engine. So therefore all modern steam power station employ the steam turbine as a prime mover. Okay, there are the two types of impulse turbine, steam turbines, impulse turbine and reaction turbine. Okay, okay. The part which I have underlined in this text, this is the major differentiating part in the two impulse turbine and reaction turbine. Okay, in an impulse turbine, the steam expands completely in the stationary nozzle for a fixed blade. Okay, the pressure over the moving blades remaining constant, and doing so the steam attains a high velocity and impinges against the moving blades. Okay, this result in the impulse force on the moving blades, which sets the rotor rotating. Okay, the rotor rotating means what? The shaft of the turbine. Okay, in case of the reaction turbine, the steam is partially expanded in the stationary nozzle, and the remaining expansion takes place during its flow over the moving blades. Okay, the result is that the momentum of the steam causes a reaction force, okay, on the moving blades, which sets the rotor in motion. As I said earlier, in simple language, okay, remember this point, and we can also explain the reaction turbine and impulse turbine, which I have given explanation before 2 3 minutes. Okay, so next part we will see the water treatment plant. As we know that a boiler requires a clean and soft water for a longer life and better efficiency. So tell me anyone why the boiler required clean and less salty water for the longer life and better efficiency of the boiler. Tell me. Yes, anyone can explain? Yes.
काय क्वेश्चन समजला नाही सर.
Uh, why the clean and soft water is required for longer life and better efficiency of the boiler? Tell me. If you are attending a interview which is held in company, they will ask you.
Boiler corrosion takes place.
Yes, if the water
Then
is saline or containing the sulfate impurities, they will causes the sludge and scale formation inside the boiler. Okay, the major reason behind the boiler going to burst or broken down is to formation of sludge and scale inside the inner wall of the boiler. So clean and soft water, soft in the sense less saline water should be required for the longer life. Okay, and if how is the efficiency going to improve? Because of the water should be clean and soft means it will going to uh, rapidly it will be going to convert it into a steam. So resultant is that what if the boiler efficiency going to improve. Okay, so main motto to provide the water treatment plant inside the steam power station is to provide the clean and soft water to the boiler. Okay, this part we have to consider or we have to remember. Therefore it is very important that water is first purified and softened by the chemical treatment and then delivered to the boiler. Okay, so this is another point. The water from the source of supply is stored in storage tank. As we know that it will be stored in the particular location, then suspended particles or suspended impurities will going to settle down. Okay, that process we can say that sedimentation and coagulation and filtration. Filtration means what? Removal of small soil particles. We can say that small pieces of various suspended impurities. Okay, we can use using the sieve, we can filter it. Okay, and dissolved gases are removed by reaction and degasification. Okay, removed sorry, dissolved gases inside the water can be removed by using the degasification process. The water is then softened by removing the temporary and permanent hardness through the different chemical processes. Okay, the softened water should be provided to the boiler in order to improve its efficiency as well as to enhance its life. Okay, so this is very important water treatment. Then next constituent part or important arrangement of the steam power station is electrical equipment. As we know that our main goal is to produce a electrical power uh, at a high efficiency. Okay, so the electrical equipment plays very important role to maintain the power quality as well as uh, to maintain the various electrical parameters within the permissible limit. Okay, and based on our requirement we are going to install the various electrical equipment inside the steam power station. So the modern power station contains numerous electrical equipment. However, the most important items are, okay, the alternators. As we know that alternator it will be going to driven by prime mover or turbine. Okay, and it will produces the electrical we can say that electrical energy at 11 kV, okay, and 50 hertz. Okay, so transformer, as we know that the function of the transformer, it can be used for the three purposes generally: for the isolation purpose, and for a step up and the step down the voltage level purpose. Okay, these are the main three basic purposes where we are going to use the transformer. Yes or no? So isolator means what? Isolation means what? Tell me, anyone? How the transformer going to operate the isolation? Yes, tell me. You are the diploma holder student. You should answer for this one. How the transformer going to act as isolation? Yes, tell me. Yes. Yes. Am I audible? Yes. Yes. Am I audible? Yes. I'm asking all of you people, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
So you should answer me. Okay, if it is two-way communication, means what? You will get the good conceptual knowledge. Okay, so that's why I'm asking the question in between the um, our talking session. Okay, so tell me the how the transformer going to act as a isolation or isolated transformer. Tell me what about the isolated transformer or isolation transformer? All of us know the what is meant by the step up and step down. Okay, so doing so, a transformer going to perform the another function also, that is what the isolation purpose. So tell me the isolation means what and how it will be achieved by using the transformer. Tell me. Yes, recall your memory. I think have.
Isolate the transformer by using gang operated switch circle breakers.
Yes,
Hello.
this is the isolation method, but transformer itself can be used as a isolation purpose. How it will be? Have you studied the DCMT, DC machine and transformer? Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
While studying the theory of transformer, you have seen that the various types of transformer, step up, step down based on the voltage level, magnification, based on its turns ratio, the transformer is classified into three types: step up, step down, and isolation. You are remembering now or not? If the number of turns on the primary of the transformer and secondary of the transformer are equal, means what? It will act as a isolation transformer. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So it will be going to only connect the two network by using the electromagnetic phenomenon. Okay. So by using the transformer, we can isolate the primary side from the secondary side. Yes or no? So this is the function of transformer, which is another one from the normal. Okay. So the main generally we are going to use in case of the steam power station, step up transformer is used. Okay, because of at the generating station we are going to produce electrical energy at 11 kV as our Indian standard, and that 11 kV it should be step up in order to transmit the electrical power over a long distance, over a hundreds of kilometer distance. So that should be, that voltage level should be increased or raised up to a desired level. Okay, 440 kV as per our requirement, 765 kV, okay, 900 kV. So for this purpose we have to use the step up transformer. Okay, the station transformer which are used for a general service. Okay, in case of the station, transformers are also used for the lighting purpose. Okay, lighting purpose, not a lightning, sorry, lighting purpose. auxiliary transformer which supply to a individual unit auxiliaries. Okay, small transformer also required, small in the sense small rating transformer, okay, which are required for the working of individual unit auxiliaries. Okay, over there various types of pumps are there, various conveyor belts are there, various forced drop fans, induced drop fan are required, lighting is required inside the steam power station. So to run this electrical device or equipment, we require the small rating transformers. So that should be treated as a unit auxiliary run transformer. Okay. So third or last part of the electrical equipment, switch gear. As we know that electrical power uh, generated or electrical energy generated which reaches to our consumer, or we can say that up to a load side, uh, that should be part of our system which is prone to fault. Okay, so fault may happen inside the power system. To control that faulty situation, we have to use the switch gear devices. Okay, so in order to clear the fault, we have to use the switch gear. In order to locate the fault, we have to use the switch gear. Okay, we have to isolate the faulty part, means what, we have to require the switch gear. Okay, so this is a very important part of our switch gear. Okay, sorry, your electrical equipment. So we will see in next class, sorry, next slide, advantages and disadvantages of the uh, steam station. Okay, have you got the idea what are the various electrical equipment of steam power station? Yes, yes, tell me.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay. So advantages and disadvantages of the steam station or a steam power plant. So first advantages is what? The fuel is used quite cheap. Okay, as compared to the another fuel, the coal is available in quite cheap rate. Okay, we can say. Okay, uh, fuel like a coal, or that is the coal is used is a quite cheap. Okay, less initial cost as compared to the other generating station. As we know that we have seen in case of the hydroelectric power plant, it required the thousands of crore for the installation of hydroelectric power plant, in order to construct the dam or reservoir, in order to put the various barriers and gates and construction of the penstock and powerhouse and all. We require the so much money. But in case of the steam power station, the construction of the dam and all that type of cost is can be reduced, or we can say that resultant is what, less initial cost as compared to the other generating station. Okay, it can be installed at any place irrespective of the existence of coal. As we know that steam power station is situated in the Nasik Eklari thermal power plant, in Parli Vaidinath, in I think also in Chandrapur side. In this place or nearby that site or place, there is no any coal mine. Okay, coal is transported from the Madhya Pradesh and from the East Maharashtra region like Nagpur, Chandrapur, Gondia. From these district, the coal is transported up to the a steam power station. So irrespective of the existence of the coal, uh, steam power station can be or may be installed at any place. But our major requirement or the first priority, there should be a large amount of or plenty amount of water should be available. Okay, and also the land should be available in large area. Okay, okay, it requires less space as compared to the hydroelectric power station. If you compare the steam power station with the hydroelectric power plant, uh, it requires the less space because of it don't require the space for the reservoir. Okay, it require only the space for installment of various arrangement of systems. Okay, the cost of generation is lesser than that of the diesel power station. If we compare the steam power station with the diesel power station, the cost per unit generation of electrical energy is lesser than that of the diesel power station. समजतंय की डिझेल पॉवर स्टेशन मध्ये जर आपल्याला 1 युनिट इलेक्ट्रिकल पॉवर जनरेट करायचे असेल तर त्याच्यापेक्षा कमी पैसे आपल्याला स्टीम पॉवर स्टेशन मध्ये लागतील. ठीक आहे. मेजर डिसएडवांटेज ऑफ द स्टीम पॉवर स्टेशन, it pollutes the atmosphere due to the production of large amount of smoke and fumes. Okay, it will going to pollute the atmosphere. Okay, because of production of large amount of smoke and fumes म्हणजे काय सांगा.
ज्वाळा.
येस, fumes म्हणजे
आगीचा ज्वाळा.
another one having meaning for this one. Yes, tell me. Smoke and fumes near about the same terminology are there. Smoke, it is related to the soot, and fumes are related to the hot smoke, or we can say that hot soot is there, nothing but the fumes, or we can say that जसं की सांगितलं तुम्ही आगींचा ज्वाळा. ठीक आहे, आगींचा ज्वाळा हे काय ऍक्च्युअली बाहेर पडत नसतं स्टीम स्टेशन पासून, पण जो काही गॅस इव्हॉल्ड होतात किंवा जे काही फ्लू
burn gases.
येस
Burn gases.
okay, we can say the flue gases which is come outside the chimney, that's at high temperature, it will going to having the temperature equal to the flame, or we can say that fire. So we can say that आगीचा ज्वाळा वगैरे आपण त्याला म्हणू शकतो. फ्युम्स म्हणजे the flue gas which is evolved from the steam power station with at high temperature. Okay, shortly we can say it is costlier in running cost as compared to the hydroelectric power plant. As I said earlier, in case of the hydroelectric power plant, running charges in case of hydroelectric power plant are lesser as compared to the another another power station, we can say that. Or in case of the steam power station also, it required the higher running cost. Okay, higher running costs are required. We know that the layout diagram of the hydroelectric power plant is very simple, but the complexity of this layout diagram or various arrangement in case of the steam power station is complex. So number of subsystems are installed inside the steam station. So its running cost or its maintenance cost is higher as compared to the hydroelectric power plant. Okay. So our Zoom meeting time limit near to finish. Okay. So you have to join fastly once again. Okay. Up to that part, we will continue. So nuclear power plant. Nuclear power plant, it is one of the base load power plant. Okay. So tell me, anyone, what are the basic requirement of power station or the power plant which we can be used as a base load power plant? Tell me, anyone? Yes. We have seen the two base load power plant. Okay. So at the time of the starting of the second unit, I have summarized what features that must be have a power station which is able to fulfill the base load coming on the power station, or we can say that electrical power system. So tell me, what are the basic requirement or basic features of base load power plant? Yes. Tell me, anyone? Yes, tell me. If I ask the question for the 2 mark, we have to enlist the 4 important features or points